What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing good. So, y'all, today I'm gonna do a story time because I was thinking about this the other day for some reason. I always have like some kind of something going through my mind, but this is actually the story of the time that I had like this crazy, weird stalker guy that would not leave me alone. And I mean, this went on for years. It was not like a short thing, and I mean it lasted a long time, and it really had me freaked out at some points. And I look back, y'all, and I'm kind of pissed off that I did not go to the police, but at the same time I never did because I was really too scared to, because in my mind I knew this guy would act even worse or get more pissed off if he was told on by the police and the police approached him with a restraining order. That would not keep him away. That would piss him off. So I just avoided him as much as possible. But this guy I met on a dating app, and I'm not gonna say any names of anything because I don't. I'm not trying to like get on here and slander anybody or anything or whatever. But I met him on a dating app, and we matched and we talked, and everything seemed fun. It seemed normal. He seemed like a cool dude, and so we finally exchanged phone numbers. And I think at this time, y'all, I was like 21 or 22. Yeah, I was. I mean, I was pretty young. I think I was like I think I was in college. But we swapped numbers, and we started talking, and it's just like the more I talked to him, like over a period of a few days, the weirder it kind of got. And he asked me to go out on a date with him. So I was kind of hesitant on it, but I just didn't really know how to say no, I'm not interested. So I decided, well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give him a chance. Maybe I'm just reading into everything wrong. All right, so I get with him, and we go out on a date, and we're sitting in his car talking, and I just felt incredibly uncomfortable. I mean, it was awful, and of course, he tries to pull something while we're in the car, he tries to, do some kind of sexual move on me, and I pushed it away. I was like, no, I'm not interested. And that was really when I was like, this dude is weird. We don't vibe whatsoever. And, I thought to myself, he may be a wonderful person. I don't know, but it's just not for me. All right. And so finally the date ended. I went home and I told him, I was like, hey, it's just not going to work. Things are just, they're not, the vibe is not right between us. And he actually said, oh, okay, I understand. Well, fast forward later on, all of a sudden, he starts texting me again, and so I just block him. Well, all of a sudden, all these weird numbers started like coming to my phone, and it was him on all of them. Like he would get all these different phone numbers on like WhatsApp and stuff, and message me off of so many numbers. And over the course of like a few years, y'all, I remember the number. I had 28 different numbers blocked where he contacted me. I would block him on social media, and he would actually get on there and make brand new Facebook pages and Instagram profiles just to try and get in touch with me and to talk to me. And y'all, the weirdest thing ever was he would come up to my job where I worked at. I worked at Starbucks then. And I remember there was one night, this was the first time he'd done it. I got off work late that night. I think we used to get off around like 9:30 or 10, and I walked across the parking lot to my car, and I got in my car and I drove home. I didn't live very far from there. Well, I pulled into my driveway, got out of my car, and looked at my phone because it lit up, and it said, "You look really good tonight." And I was like, what the heck? Well, come to find out, he was up there. He had watching me leave, and something about that just, that really, really unsettled me. So I just blocked his number again, and I would get off work at night, and I look, and I remember on Valentine's Day, y'all, I went out to my car. There was a bouquet of flowers on my windshield, and a note that said, "I love you." And I instantly knew who it was. I could tell by the handwriting. And I was like, this is absolutely insane. This guy didn't even really know me. That's what's weird. I mean, he knew me from just like a few days, and he only knew what I told him. But he was telling me he was in love with me, and he wanted me back when he never had me to begin with. And then finally, y'all, I remember one of my friends sent me screenshots. One of my friends was actually friends with someone else who was friends with him on Facebook, the guy that was stalking. well, all of a sudden I got a screenshot from my friend, and he was posting, like, taking pictures from my Facebook of me, or pictures that he had saved or whatever, and was posting them on his page, and like all these messages like this long of like how bad he wanted me back, and he don't know what he did to lose me, and it was the creepiest shit I have ever seen in my life. I mean, it used to make me sick to my stomach. And this went on, y'all, like, and I remember finally it got to a point where it died down a little bit, but even on into about 4 or 5 years after that, after the first time I met him, every once in a while I would get a message from him. It's like he would go away, and then all of a sudden he would come back. And then I come to find out, y'all, he actually was using my photos on like Grindr and stuff, like just catfishing people. He was using them, and I don't have proof. I mean, it's not like he walked up to me and said, hey, it was me, but I had people send me the screenshots and of the messages that were supposed to be coming from me, and I could tell by the wording and the language that was used in it that it was him, because it sounded just like him. And he typed, like when he typed his text messages, I remember he typed a certain way. He abbreviated everything. And that's how these messages were. Like the words were just like, instead of, he would spell like you with just a U, he would not write Y-O-U. That's how I do. I spell every word out I spell it out completely. I don't do really many like abbreviations. And, and it wasn't typed in complete sentences to where I type in complete sentences and always put like a period, exclamation mark, whatever. So I knew that was him. And it was just sad because there was, I was also reading the messages back and forth that were supposed to be coming from me to the other person. And, I just felt, I felt like crap because, they were, it was someone that was getting, they were being led on. And, it's really kind of sad if you think about it that, that person didn't know they were actually talking to a psycho. They thought they were talking to me, and it's weird. He had some real mental issues. Anyone who does that to someone that they don't even really know, all of a sudden you're madly in love with them, that is not, something about that is not right. So y'all, like, for real, if anybody, I mean, it's okay you become infatuated with people, I get it. But it really does take time to get to know someone. So my word of advice, if you meet someone and very, very, very quickly they jump on you and tell you, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, everything, like I'm just madly in love with you. I mean, I don't think that's a good sign. I'm not saying everyone who does that is a nut job and is crazy, but that right there is a huge red flag for me. And this dude, I had a weird feeling about it when I first, and I should have followed my gut instinct, because it would have never led into all, that time of all just that weird, I was always worried. Like, I was always worried he was going to do something to get me in trouble. Like, taking my pictures and putting them online and, talking to people, and I don't know. I used to just worry about that. He would frame me or something. That's always been a fear of mine, is like I will meet someone or somebody in my life, and it doesn't have to be romantically, will try to frame me, because it happens all the time. It happens to some of the best people. You have like these psychos and these sick people that they want to bring other people down, and they will do it in dirty ways if they have to, and they will spread lies, they will spread rumors, and it's really pathetic that someone feels the need, they want to work their way up the ladder, but also like step on someone and do them dirty, someone that they don't even know. And so that's one reason why, y'all, I really wish I would have went to the police about it, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I was and I had multiple people telling me that I should do it. But I was just so scared to, because I thought it would really push him over the edge. And it absolutely crossed my mind a lot that, he would come find me. And the thing was, he didn't know where I lived. And I'm so grateful for that. He never found out. Not that I know of, because, I would leave work at night, y'all, and I would be watching, like, behind me, in front of me, any weird cars that, kind of would stay behind me for a long time. I used to worry that they were following me. So instead of turning into my neighborhood, if I felt someone was behind me for, long enough, I would keep driving until they would turn off, or until, I would just lose them, because I always wanted to be sure that he never found out my house, my location, because I was living with my parents then. My little brother lived at home too, and I just would hate to put my family through that with some weirdo. And also, like, I never questioned it much, but in my mind, he absolutely would have, hurt me or ended my life if he wanted to, if he took the urge to. He was that type of psycho. I mean, you could tell he had no respect for human life. He was narcissistic. It was all about him. He's one of those people that's like, if he can't have somebody, you can tell nobody can have them, and they just need, their life just needs to be ended because they are only meant to be with you. And, that's so screwed up. But, I look back on that, y'all, and, that was in my early 20s and stuff, and a lot of it was me being really naive and, young and dumb. It's just giving in to someone that showed me attention. I think, that's a very normal thing, very common in a lot of younger people. You get infatuated real easily with people, and, you really want compliments so bad to feel good about yourself because, you want to feel like you are worthy. You want to feel that you are good enough for somebody. And also at the same time, I think a lot of us worry about being alone. We don't want to be alone forever. I mean, I was like 20 years old, worried if I was going to be alone forever. Scared I would never find someone during the times that I was single. And, it was just a big ball of anxiety. And, when you have those kind of thoughts and feelings and you don't have a grasp and you can't tame them, I mean, they will manifest in weird ways. They will really bring about some, sticky situations in your life like it did with me. I should have really listened to my gut. I should have really just said no to him and just never got, I wasn't even really involved with him, but I should have never got involved at all or really done the things that I did, even just meeting up with him and stuff like that. So, guys, that's my story. I tried to think about everything that he done. I mean, if I could really sit down and write a list, it would be a lot. I mean, there's a few things that I'm not going to talk about on here just because it's not something that I really want out there. It's kind of, it's very personal too. But, that's just some examples of that crazy guy. So, y'all, if y'all have someone after you, go to the police. I mean, don't be me and don't be like me and be scared to do it. You need to go do it. You need to protect yourself at all costs. Be very discreet with your, where you live. Be discreet about your family members. Don't just give information to anybody like that. I had to learn that the hard way. So, guys, I know that wasn't much of a story, but I've been wanting to make a video on it and kind of talk about it and just see what everybody thinks about it. So, guys, I will see y'all shortly with another video. I hope y'all have a good, I might be back on here before New Year's. I'm not sure yet, but if I'm not, y'all have a good New Year's, have a good holiday season, and I will see you soon and eventually. Bye.